Hey guys, this is CFO Mods Gaming, and I'm coming at you today with a different kind of review video. Today I'm going to be reviewing this VIVIMAGE C680 1080p projector for you. So I have been wanting a projector for our home theater setup for a while now. We like to watch Netflix and YouTube, probably just like a lot of you guys do as well. And so I've been thinking about picking up a projector for a little while. I was looking on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff to see if we could get one used to get up and, that would have a good picture. I didn't want to buy like a cheap one. And right about that time, VIVIMAGE reached out to me and asked if they could sponsor a video and have me review this C680 projector of theirs. And it is a native 1080p projector. So I said yes and got this, and we have been using it for about 2 weeks now. And it is incredible, I will say. First of all, when I took it out of the box, it has a beautiful look to it, and so it looks great in the room. We currently don't have it mounted anywhere, so it's just sitting on a dresser, but honestly, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like an appliance sitting there or anything. It does have mounts to be able to screw it to a ceiling mount. And it also, for if you are mounting it, or rather not mounting it and just having it positioned on furniture, it does have a kickstand there, as well as you can see here, it has these feet which rotate outwards to lift the back up. And something I hadn't realized, I guess, is either our room or the dresser is a little bit off balance. So you can see there I have that foot kicked up just a little bit, and then on the other side I have it all the way down. And so I hadn't ever realized, but apparently when we put up the image on the wall, it was very apparent that it was slanted just a little bit, but it was easy to see, and so we were able to correct that easily with that foot there. As I mentioned before, it is native 1080p, which is amazing, of course. Beautiful picture. You guys will get to see more of that here in a second. Of course, it has all the normal setup, or the normal hookups here. So you have VGA, which I don't see a lot very often anymore, but I suppose it's good to have it there. I know a lot of school computers that I see hooked up to projectors are still hooked up with VGA, but that's fine. It also has HDMI, which is of course what most of you guys are going to be using. It has 2 USB ports, and they also include a USB to TF card adapter, so that if you are wanting to use TF cards to play movies off of it, then they include a USB adapter with that. It comes with a HDMI cable as well as the AC power cable for it. And it's as well as I don't want to gloss over that, it has full composite if you're looking to hook up there. It does come with a rubber lens cap to keep that safe. The focus ring is a manual pull focus ring, and then it does also have plus and minus 15% keystone there. I'll bring that in to kind of show you guys that. So you just have this knob here, and then you just spin that to match these numbers here. Personally, when I was using it, I was just doing it until it matched, had a square picture on the wall. I didn't actually measure the angle that it was going to be at. Comes with this remote, which is very straightforward. It kind of looks like an Amazon Fire Stick remote. You got OK, left, right, play, pause, fast forward, rewind, mute, back, menu, exit, and then volume down and volume up, and then of course power. So very straightforward there. I have personally just been using it hooked up via HDMI to my gaming laptop, and I'm going to be showing you guys some clips of that here in use now.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets are echoing, the bomb is bursting, and it proves through the night that our flank was still there. Oh, say does that star
Grasshopper.
Alright guys, so here we have some Rocket League. I didn't want to commentate over the national anthem there, or the rendition of it the second time, but that was just to let you guys see a little bit of the color that this projector produces. I think it's really great. As you saw there, it was both of those videos were shot with the lights off, and so you were really able to see the strength of this projector. I think that it both makes beautiful colors and is very bright. Not overly so by any means, but just that it is capable of being viewed both at day and night, which I think is great. Since this was filmed in the evening, I went ahead and just turned on some artificial light here so you guys could see what it looks like with light on here while I'm playing Rocket League. And as you guys can see, it's obviously not going to be as vivid as it was before when we were watching those national anthem videos. However, it's totally playable, and I mean, for a video game especially, you need to be able to see well to know what's going on. And I mean, as you can see here by watching this video, you definitely can. And I mean, that's true both when the lights are on and off. When watching a movie, I don't even consider the visibility of the screen. Sometimes when playing games and it's daytime, the sun's shining on that wall, I can begin to notice that I wish it was a little bit darker, and we're thinking about getting some blackout curtains for that very purpose. But the fact of the matter remains that this can definitely be played at night or during the day or in light or not, and that's pretty awesome. That's definitely one of my favorite features of it. Secondly, I would like to focus or draw attention to the fact that all of these videos that you're hearing are recorded with the projector's audio. That is to say that I am not using any external speakers. Although I have a soundbar sitting aside from the projector, I don't even plug it in or anything because it just isn't necessary. That's something that I touched on before during my unboxing and review, but that's something that's been incredible, and I think about that a lot. We just watched Star Wars Episode 4 the other night, and I was thinking how incredible it is that, you know, we were watching a very cinematic movie, and we're watching it on the speakers of a projector, and something, you know, it's such a good package, you know, that provides all of those features is amazing. Here, as you guys can see, I've gone ahead and turned off the lights, and so everything is completely black. Apologize that it kind of looks like I have black bars and, you know, the video's the wrong size or something. That isn't the case. It's simply that the lights are off, and that is the part of the wall that the video is projected on, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that so that you guys are able to see how bright that is, or how clear it is, what the clarity is of this projector when you're playing it or using it projecting in the dark. So I got a couple different scenes here, and just wanted to give you guys a variety of being able to see what the experience is using this projector. One of the things that I want to point out is the frame rate or the latency response time of this projector is super solid. I normally play on a 144 Hz monitor. I also have a 60 Hz monitor right next to it, and I would say that this is comparable to playing on like maybe a 60 Hz monitor at about 45 FPS or so, with the amount of response time there is from the computer to the projector, then back from the controller to the computer, and back to the projector. That's something that you're always having to deal with, whether it's your actual refresh rate of your monitor or just the FPS that your graphics card is pushing out. But there is the tiniest bit, but I mean, as you can see here, I'm playing Rocket League, which is a pretty, I would like to think, at least for me anyway, because I'm not the best at it, it's pretty heavy in the field of needing to have quick response times. You know, you need to be able to react to what's going on, or if they're trying to fake you out, or what have you. You got to be able to make quick movements, quick changes. And so that's something that I noticed with this projector, was that it wasn't lagging, I guess you could say, or it didn't feel like there was much delay. I've definitely used some like wireless headphones, for instance, that really felt like what I was doing, especially when playing a game. wasn't synced up with the audio I was hearing. And that isn't the case with this from an audio or a video perspective, and I think that's amazing. You guys can see that here where the audio is perfectly synced up with the video. There's no delay from the ball bouncing to hearing that sound or anything like that. And that's especially distracting, for me at least, when I'm playing games, but is also definitely detrimental to the viewing experience of watching movies. And so I think that's great that for both of those, no matter what you're doing on this, it is going to sound good and it's going to look good. So overall, I don't think I have anything else to touch on that's negative in any of the categories that I've spoken of. I would say, as before, that the manual autofocus, or excuse me, the manual focus not being an autofocus is, I would say, a downside that could be improved, but not anything that really detracts, because once you get it set up, you're good. And then the keyframe is that the same concept. I mean, it's a manual keyframe, which I understand a lot more than the focus. I don't know if I've seen automatic keyframes before on projectors. Definitely seen automatic focus before, though. But once you get that set up for whatever you're doing, especially if you're mounting it, where you're never going to move it and it's never going to need adjusted, sometimes we make slight adjustments to it just since it is sitting on a dresser. And so we do have to recalibrate that focus and keystone. But if you guys have it set up permanently, then you don't, and even if you don't, it's really not a big deal. And the reason I say it's not a big deal is because this is such an amazing projector. It makes, a great picture for watching movies and playing games. So I guess what I mean by that is that it's worth it. It's worth a little bit of inconvenience of not having autofocus for the value that is in the image and in the audio of this projector. So I will say, I'll go ahead and continue letting this play. If you guys want to keep watching to see a little bit more of the gaming side of this video, as well as to, get some further, examples of what this projector looks like. Additionally, I will mention that because I was using my gaming laptop to use as driving this projector, and it has a built-in microphone, as many of you guys may be aware, with any Steam game, if you activate your microphone, sometimes there's a tiny bit of video lag, just a jitter, while that mic is being activated. And I am sometimes activating that when I use down on my D-pad, which is also one of my quick chats. It activates my mic for just a fraction of a second. Normally that doesn't matter any, because my mic is always on, it's not activating and deactivating. However, in this case, you may see during the video that there are a few instances where there's a jitter, and I just do want to point out that that is not the projector freezing up or anything like that. That is simply my mic activating and a little bit of video lag resulting from that. That's really everything, guys. I'm really glad that you guys have watched the video so far, and if you are considering a projector that has these qualities, is native 1080p and is in this price range, I would definitely recommend it. I will put a link to purchase it in the video description, of course, and I will also include any links or any coupon codes that will get you guys a discount on this projector in both the description and in the pinned comment, which I will update if there is any changes or additional codes that I can get you guys in the future. I want to get you guys the most savings that you can so that you can get this projector and make it the best value possible for you. I'll go ahead and let you guys finish watching out this game, and I'll be back with you shortly. So as you guys saw, this thing produces an amazing picture, and to reiterate, it is 1920 by 1080p native resolution, so it's not being upscaled, so you really are getting 1080p output from this directly. And it has a 5001 contrast, as well as a 40,000 hour bulb, so that is 20,000 movies, if you're assuming that each movie is about 2 hours in length. For all of my needs, I'm not a professor or anything like that where I'm going to be using this every day. I mean, even if I did use it every day, I'm not going to be using it for that many hours every day. This is going to last me as long as I can imagine I would be keeping this around. So the only two things that I will say, and before I get to those two critiques, I have saved this for you guys. So we'll do the peel real quick on the bottom here. If I can get it. Oh, there it comes. Okay. There's that for you. Now my only two critiques of this are, as I showed you guys earlier, the keystone knob here in the back and the focus ring on the front are both manual. Now that's not something that I would say is particularly a downside of this projector, but it is something that I've seen on other projectors have that autofocus where it just, I don't actually quite know how a projector does autofocus. I assume with IR or something. But at any rate, it is able to do autofocus off of the wall and get quite a clear picture. I have never owned a projector that did that, but I have seen them used and used them myself in other settings, and I can say that they work. You just press a button and it focuses. So each time you move this, of course, you're going to need to reset that focus, even if it's just a little bit. And I've noticed that maybe 3 or 4 times since we've set it up, we've had to reset that focus just if it gets moved like an inch or something, just from having it on a dresser instead of having it mounted. If you have it mounted, I imagine that you would never really have to do that unless there was some extenuating circumstance like an earthquake or something. But essentially it's going to be staying in exactly the same spot. You're not going to need to change the keystone or the focus. So in that circumstance, it's awesome. It right now we have it set up, as you guys saw, on a full wall. And so if that's the kind of setup that you're looking to do, or if you have a home theater that you've set up a screen or a border and painted it white or anything like that, it's going to look great. A couple of things that I do want to praise about this projector specifically are that the speakers are amazing. I have a sound bar right next to where this projector is set up, and I don't even connect it. I've never felt the need to, because it sounds great. And as soon as you have been listening for a few minutes and you're just into watching whatever it is that you're playing, or whether it's a game or a movie or Netflix, you don't think about it as being a speaker off of a projector. It sounds amazing, truly. I don't know if that's something that I really captured there in the clips, that you guys could hear that just through the microphone of the camera there, but it is great. As I mentioned, I have a soundbar right next to it, and I've never felt the need to hook it up in the week that we've been testing this out. And second is the brightness. It is 5500 lux. And I don't know a ton about the technical specifications of what that means according to its definition, but what I can tell you is that whether you have the lights on or the lights off, the picture looks incredible. It is actually surprising when it's afternoon and you have the lights on, you can still see the picture just fine. It isn't something that you need to close the curtains and turn all the lights off and have it be in a room with no windows in your home theater room. Right now it's set up in a room with windows, and we don't draw the curtains when we turn it on. Sometimes we turn off the lights, sometimes we leave them on, just depending on what we're doing, if we're sitting down to watch a movie or if it's just some Netflix playing in the background. But it's great. It's a very bright bulb, very bright projector, great speakers, great experience. Just the two critiques about the manual focus and keystone, but once you get everything set up, it is an amazing experience, very immersive, great picture, very large, very impressive. And right now, if you guys didn't already see, they are having a coupon for $30 off, which puts this at $209.99. So right around that $200 price point. This is a very solid native 1080p projector that you guys can pick up on Amazon via the link below, that of course supports them, gets you guys an amazing projector, and supports the channel. I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been CFO Mods Gaming, out.